are back with another book review. Today we are reviewing My Sister's Keeper by Jodi Picoult. I guess it's Picoult. Picoult?
No, I don't know.
Okay, Jodi.
I was just interested in how you pronounce it because now I did not know. I did not think the L and the T are silent.
How?
Now I pronounced it.
Yes.
Picoult. Yes.
Okay, get Picoult.
No, I'm not saying that's correct. I'm just saying. Get Jodi, guys. Jodi.
Okay, guys. So My Sister's Keeper. I've watched the movie before I read the book.
Does the movie have the same title?
Yes. Okay. So I watched the movie a very long time ago. Like when I picked up this book, I didn't make the connection immediately.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I didn't make the connection immediately. I was just of the impression that this is something entirely different. And then I picked it up. I'm starting now. I want to get even cancer. So this is the. Then I go because I never really read this before. Yeah, I never read the summary before. So and then I go back and I'm like, oh, it is the book. It is the movie.
But I understood. I think I read this somewhere that there's a bit of differences between the turn of events between the book and the movie.
There are a lot of differences because in the movie they only have 2 girls. They don't have a son.
Okay.
Yes. And the ending, the way it ends,
it's not the same.
Totally different. Even though I don't think I remember the ending of the movie, but when I read the book, I didn't. And now I've got a good memory. I didn't.
I have the memory of a goldfish.
So I didn't make the connection where this might be the same. The ending was definitely not the same. So,
the book, ne? It's a very controversial book. It makes you think. It makes you think about morals and ethics, and what is right and what is wrong. So this is the story of a family with a girl child that has leukemia. Does she have leukemia? What does she have?
Cancer.
But she has cancer, right? I think it's blood cancer. But nonetheless,
cancer. Well, when it's you, obviously cancer is a cancer. But yeah,
fine. So the little girl has cancer, right? And during the journey, I think they discover when she's about 2, but younger than 5, that they discover she has cancer. And somewhere during the consultations with the doctors and the oncologists, they are informed that sometimes a sibling that is a match with the child who is sick can be beneficial in terms of transplants, right? So now they get to thinking, okay, I think because they have, at that point, they have a son and then this daughter. And then they think, then the son is not a match. And none of the parents are also a match. And then they're thinking, okay, maybe let's try for another baby. And then they try for a baby, and then the baby is a match. So then what happens is that this baby, who is Anna, who the story is mainly told from her point of view, mainly, not just from her point of view.
You get from the dad, from the
everyone
son.
Actually,
yeah, but the son is like limited.
It's
limited in the book.
So Anna is then born mainly to aid her sister Kate's medical treatments, in the sense that the bone marrow, platelets and all of that. So this begins from when Anna is born. It begins with a cord blood transfusion. And what they thought would be the end is not the end.
It's just the beginning.
That's just the beginning. She then grows up, and as she grows up, Kate needs more. She provides more. Then she gets to a point where she's like, I think 10 or 13, and then now she's starting to think, but when is this going to end now? when is she going to be is she going to stop being a donor for her sister? Because the moment her sister is in hospital, she's also in hospital because she needs to provide one or other thing.
And I think that's what also they speak about in the book. The author speaks about in the book that at some point Anna had to realize that she won't have a future. She can't go to a college that she wants. She'll have to be closer to home because
Kate is there.
When Kate's in hospital, she also needs to be there to aid in whatever way she can. And it was not even a question of, do you want to do this? You have to do this because of Vele. I think we have an obligation, or maybe it's not obligation, but entitlement when it comes to family members, to our family members. Like, for instance, my mom is a grandmother. I can just leave my kids with her. Because you are not going anywhere. You don't have plans. I have plans. So why don't you look after these children? So it's entitlement in such a way, you don't even want to ask, or when you ask for permission or for assistance, you want the answer to be beneficial to you. Hey, Tom, I didn't know. I mean, why was it I even asking?
But she also feels obligated because it's from the day she was born, this is what she's been doing. And she's also of the understanding that if I don't do this, Kate will die. Right?
But she dies anyway. She will die. Okay. Because our guys, because
balance the book,
Mara. Go doctor o tlo felletsa ka age so because
she didn't
limited. No, in the movie she did,
but in the book she did not.
Yeah. So I wanna but I understood her mom's point of view. It wasn't an easy position to be in because of here you've got 2 children. You love both your children. Okay, the other one I don't think like we can. Okay, she loves because but when she has conversations with herself in the book,
it's fine. Mama thing wirang.
Not but then more in the book where she says that she didn't, when the baby was born, when she was pregnant, she didn't have an attachment with the baby.
Which baby?
With the one that they
because
made.
Anna was being born for a
purpose. So she didn't make a connection. Like, no connection between them. Like she didn't. So from the beginning, it was not like, you are here for me. You are here for a purpose.
But it must have been difficult because
it was difficult.
Bonding with an unborn child is almost not spontaneous, but it's going to happen because 9 months in a way.
But it's so the only person who was the father. He was like, oh, my baby girl, and whatnot. But then she said from the beginning, she was just like, oh.
The scene in the court in the courtroom broke my heart. Where she does explain something like this. So what happens is Anna goes and seeks out a lawyer. She does not have money for it, but she's a brave girl. She's very determined. Goes, seeks out a lawyer and says, listen, you've done similar cases like this. I need you to take up my case. Eventually they agree. It's all cute and funny there, but they agree he's going to represent her. So now they're in the courthouse where it's the mom and the dad and the lawyer and Anna, and they have, who's this other girl now who as an advisor, there's a guardian or
guardian something
ad litem something, but this person is supposed to be someone who reviews both parties and gives an unbiased opinion, which for me I don't think can be unbiased, but okay, it's what it is. So now they're in the courtroom, and it turns out the mom is also a lawyer. Is the mom also a lawyer in the movie?
She is.
So the mom is also
in the movie. I don't remember.
So the mom is a lawyer. She's going at it with this lawyer. and this lawyer is really trying to discredit her case, and then she doesn't break down, but she stops for a moment. She's like, "You're making it sound like I needed to choose between both my kids. Like you're making it sound like this was an easy decision for me. If I say Anna should not give transplants, then Kate dies, right? And if Kate dies, then what happens? Because it's not an easy decision to make, to say, oh, okay, I'm letting go of one child so that one child can live happily ever after, for lack of a better word.
But then, I think Kate and Gail are not doing it.
How are you?
I get like Ulan and Panole. Hona, it's not easy. But
I don't think it is.
But guys, one more. Wait, how nsele motho a lebala sebaka. Wa bona re leno lapile betlela ilwange.
But you know what? I don't know. I haven't seen the movie, but how this book ended really broke my heart, because
it broke my
I feel what should have happened did not happen. And at some point, I thought I knew how the book ends.
Yeah.
I remember what.
Yeah.
And you're like, what do you know?
I was like, no.
And then it didn't quite end that way, guys. And I'm very careful not to spoil it for you, because I really want you to read it, because the plot really does thicken in this book. Painfully so. That guys,
I was so shocked. I even wanted to go watch the movie. I don't know, was this what happened? But I was like, no man, this can't be it. It can't be.
Yeah, but it really, it tests how, it challenges you to think about how compassionate you are, where your moral compass lies, and how far you feel you're willing to go for a loved one, and how far you're actually able to explore your own feelings about this matter, because it's really not easy. At one point you get to understand Anna's point of view, and then you also understand Kate's, and then you also understand the moms, and you also understand the dads, and you also understand Jesse, because Jesse is somewhere in the background, where he's just invisible, and he's trying so much to get seen, but it doesn't work out. But he does get seen eventually with his dad, but it's not in the best way possible.
I think it's always the case where there's a sickly child in the family. All the attention goes to the sickly child, and even in cases where there's no sickly child, but there's a child on any challenges, parents tend to look at focus their attention on the child that needs more attention.
Even when I was strong.
Yeah, when I was strong.
But I get strong because get strong by circumstance.
Yes.
It's because how that I'm strong. I've had to be strong.
Yes. You know, you've had to have this personality or this character built in you, because now I own a choice. Like, what other choice do you have? And parents will often say, "Oh, can't mama, why want you? But then you didn't need me. How do you know that I didn't need you?"
But parenting is hard.
Oh, parenting is hard.
Parenting
is hard. And I think also what I'm talking about now also speaks to how often we will be like, or not everyone, but most children will be like, my mom has a favorite, or my dad has a favorite, and this is the favorite. But sometimes I think it's not even about favoritism, it's about what I'm speaking about, where this child
needs extra attention.
Balancing, you know, and then have balance so attention, and you're like, oh, I crave that so much. I wish I could just pick up the phone and in most cases, when you start seeing your parents in that light, and then also it challenges, like the relationship between the parents, it becomes challenging.
Because between the siblings.
Yes, even between the siblings, it becomes like a challenge to connect, because of when you are the favorite, and you don't even say, how are guys?
And I think with parenting, the kids, the siblings, that's
very true.
We
I don't know about at a different stage in your life.
Yes.
The first one I got hard towards the end because of only different, or motherhood is trying to be a certain way, because of sometimes I think we parent the way we were parented, but with caution. No, I must remember now it's a new generation. This is what we are doing now. All this soft parenting.
So second born
intentional. Yes,
you've learned the lessons
hey,
now.
Ma'am, you got the book. Second one.
Only deep within your hobbies. Only a better person. Only pouring into yourself.
Only calm, man. What's that matter? Who experience?
And the first born you really also struggle. You are trying to get your career kick-started. You are trying to find your footing. You are always tired. Third born you agree bona umutomo happy tata. You have balance between your hobbies. You have work-life balance. Height of your career or stable.
Hello, papi. Every day. Happy every day. Oh, but papi wa mama. Papi wa mama lena lekelete. Mama. Guys. But yeah, but then do you not think, I don't know how it is with your dad, ne? But do you not think or with your grandmother? Do you not think when we are older, like there's such, like we get to see our parents in a different light? Like even the conversations that we have now, it's like, oh, I'm such an adult now. We can talk about this.
Yeah.
Like me and you, my love, we can talk about this. Okay, my grandmother will be like talking about like her the old days. You know, talking about how she met now my grandfather, and then I'll be looking at this girl. I'm like,
I guess it's age appropriate now.
Yes, I'm like, wow. I'm on the big table now. Sitting on the big table.
Yes. I'm Thomas serious. Ultra Campbell adding more page 19. And okay. When you only have a hammer, everything looks like
19.
A nail.
And when you only have a hammer,
everything looks like a nail.
What was he talking about? When you only have a hammer, everything. Okay.
You get it. I think he was talking about something about his dad and stuff like that. But what resource you have available.
And sometimes you don't need a hammer, but then because you only have a hammer. Yes. Jesus.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else? I don't know.
I have so many annotations, but I should have made notes about it.
You don't make notes? No, I don't have any, but I do remember how I felt about how Jesse was just in the background. Nobody cared about him. And it was just like, Jesse's the troublemaker. Like, Jesse. Like, it was just like, by the way. Every conversation
got all rebellious by choice, whereas he's just craving the attention.
And you know what, ne? The author also did not do justice to this character because to Jesse. Because of even in the end, I don't know.
I think he.
Like on that part,
yeah, the epilogue.
Yeah, the epilogue. Oh yeah. Okay, then I'm happy for him.
Also, by the way, this is Julia. Oh, the lady is Julia, the Guardian advocate. And sometimes to get what you want the most, you have to do what you want the least.
Sometimes
to get what you want the most, you have to do what you want the least. And I think this is where she was trying to convince Anna to take the stand, if I'm not mistaken. Because she understood that Anna really wants to win this case, but she doesn't want to be up there and face her parents.
Yes, she doesn't want to hurt anybody. But then how do you do that without hurting anybody?
Exactly. So you have to do what you want the least. But yeah, this book...
but then it's not like... It's also like a very... an easy read.
Yeah, no, it's not difficult and it's not heavy.
It's not heavy because I thought, like all those medical terms. I was like, oh, but it was not really like.
Yeah,
it was not hectic. Yeah, it was not that hectic.
Even the emotions are not. I see a little life where
fast space to breathe into it. Yes. So yeah, I really enjoyed this book. I remember when I started reading it and I was just like, Reho, when are you starting to read? When are you reading this book? It's like, I'm coming. When?
Which character did you enjoy the most?
I'd say the lawyer.
Which one? The Campbell.
Campbell.
The guy.
Yeah, Anna. I mean, Anna is the main character. I mean, if we're excluding her,
I feel like she's smart and sassy.
She is. Even in the movie, you love her. Like you love her.
Ultimately end with an E.
Yes.
That's how I'm imagining her to be.
Yes. But if we're excluding her from the list of the people that we like, because obviously, I mean, she's going to be one of the people that you like from the book, from like character. Campbell, I also liked him because he's also like for now he was just a mysterious man. Like I wanted to know, like, because everybody who asked him what's with the dog,
but
then he had all these yes, and I was like, but then I remember from the movie, but then like what was going on, because I watched the movie a very long time ago. I think it 2004, 2000, but it was way back, and I cried through that movie. But anyway, yeah, I enjoyed his character in the book. I found him fascinating, and I was like, this charmer. Juliet. Mara, like, why we so? Yo, he's such a man. I was like, why? Like, because of what do you want? Do you want this woman or not? Like, what? I am a yes, and he's not being truthful. Which I felt like when he was having conversations with heart, like what they said in that other book, he was honest to himself. This girl I like. Not the girl she likes.
Misbehave.
Like boy.
Well, when I know Kamuluma, honestly, because what are you doing? And then if you're going to break her heart again, I'm really going to bite you, because there's no way. Guys, so happy. Let's allow banyani. Look, we'll reconnect. Our head happy. Our nagari. We are very violent. I don't like how violent. Bookmakers does not endorse this behavior. Guys, these opinions are but also, the boy at the hospital, Kate's girlfriend, he was also cute.
And when he didn't text back and what, this asshole. Sorry, Bashali. But I was like so happy.
No, he was cute. It's like a younger version of Judah. Judah is a character from before this one.
This could be us.
Yeah,
he was so cute and thoughtful.
Very thoughtful and kind for his age. Because he was probably the same age as Kate.
Yes, but I think Bulwezi can make you to be like that, because remember, you've been living with this thing again. Now you're trying to be positive. And he's been in it longer, so he was just maybe trying to say.
But I think it goes down to, we all have a choice how we respond to our traumas. Because he could have easily been negative. It's like, you know. But he's like, you are not. You think you are. But he was like, no, let me hold your hair back and all of that. And the cute game that they played is like, how. Let's make a bet. How soon do you think you're going to start throwing up after eating this?
I remember. And the mom was like, wait to get another the mom ne. Like she was just kind of leave it on this thing. She was just embracing that moment because she felt I'll never see my girl like in this light. Like I never knew her. I'll see her date. I'll see her.
But do you see what it did? It took away from the other child.
Yes.
Because she saw this happen with Kate, but she did not have the opportunity to see it with Anna. And no one could have seen it coming, but
But I don't think it's easy to choose one child from the other.
No, it's not. I cannot imagine that it is.
Maybe I do not want
and
to.
My son always asks me, who do you like most between me and Remo? Who do you like? And I'm like, there's no way I'm choosing. It's like, but why? Who's the smartest? Who's the fastest? Who's the... I'm like, son?
Who's the fastest?
No. It's not easy.
I think we must also like just try to teach our kids, Huri, you've got your strength.
Yes.
This one has their own strengths. You have your weaknesses. This one, you know.
And if you work together and use them.
Powerhouse.
Power team.
Yeah.
But
So
nonetheless, how much are you rating the book?
I'm going to give it a 5. Oh, I'm so generous these days, eh? 2026. Okay, 5 out of 5.
I'll also give it a 5. It actually, this was my first introduction to this author, and there are a few books of hers that have caught my attention. So I think I'm going to try again and see. Small great things. I don't know which one I'm going to go for, but yeah, I'm really happy with her.
Did you see that these books finally like questions for the book club? I thought, yeah, I went through them and I was like, oh, that's actually nice. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. We hope that you enjoyed this book. Remember to like, follow, subscribe, and share.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.